Hey folks, today I'd like to do a quick introduction on an arcade game in Japan called Chase Chase Jokers. Chase Chase Jokers, often abbreviated to CCJ, is an asymmetrical 3-on-3 game of tag. If you're familiar with Dead by Daylight, then you basically already know the premise here. For those of you who are not, let's look at the basic goals and mechanics of the game before we jump into gameplay and other details. During CCJ gameplay, there are two teams, a human team and an Oni team. Let's first look at the human mode gameplay. When playing as the human team, your goal is to escape through the giant exit gate at the center of the stage. This gate is only open once you have charged your gate gauge, shown at the top of the screen, to 100% during your human phase. You raise your gauge by collecting keys that are available throughout the map and using the keys to power up generators. There are two types of generators available. Ones that are in safer places that charge the gauge slowly and are marked as blue, and more powerful generators that are in risky positions, but they raise the charge gauge very quickly when activated and are marked with a rainbow color. The reason why CCJ is fun in my opinion is when you're trying to do your mission of getting the generators up and an Oni comes along and a chase ensues. Upon successfully charging the gauge to 100% and dodging your way to the main exit, that team wins. In human mode, you have a variety of actions available to you to help you evade the Oni. A jump that allows you to clear small obstacles. A slide that allows you to duck under small openings. A shutter that when closed creates a wall that cannot be passed through, and if an Oni is near it when it's closed, they are temporarily stunned. A sprint that when activated drains your dash bar. Across the map, there are lots of boosts and jump pads that improve your movement to help you escape from the Oni as shown. Finally, random item capsules that contain a plethora of items to help you towards the goal of charging generators and invading Oni. During the human phase, your team has 3 souls, which essentially count as lives or tags. Upon your team losing all of their spirits or souls, the humans become the Oni, and vice versa. This gives the previous Oni team the opportunity to charge their own gauge up, and it turns into a game of tug-of-war or pushing the gauge to 100% as quickly as possible. Due to the constant back and forth switching gameplay style, each character has a human and an Oni form. They're all really colorful and have some neat designs. Some of them get pretty wild, so it's a lot to take in when you first see them. And here's a quick look at the cabinet itself and the controls, since they're pretty neat. You have key art on top featuring different characters from the game, a really clear main screen laid in at a slight angle. There's a little side screen on the left side. For the controls, of course, we have the control stick on the left with a dash button on the back. Then you have 4 buttons on the right that are for your general actions. And last, you have a trackball, which allows for really smooth camera movement. There are 5 different options on the main menu. You have tutorial, shop, ranked matches, which are online and you fight other players nationwide, local matches, and then the upside down tower, which are CPU matches. All of the characters are customizable through the aptly named Customize button. Here you can set clothing and different callouts for use in the game for both human and Oni modes. These customizable parts are obtained through a paid gacha system available at the end of each game. So, for an example match today, I decided to choose Kagiko, who's the poster girl of the game and has a standard red demon motif. The stage is Ura Shibuya 3, which is a remix of the standard Ura Shibuya stage. I get to start off on the Oni phase, so I have to run down the 3 other opposing humans. You'll notice when I start as an Oni, there are some arrows pointing in a direction. This is a hint directing the Oni player towards a human player, so you have a rough idea of where they're going to start the round, so you're not just running around in circles the whole time. A chase starts once I get close to one of the other players. It might be hard to see here, but the enemy player picked up a smoke bomb item. They decided to use it to try and juke away from me, but one of their allies runs into the smoke as well at the last moment. I just start going nuts and start swinging. I end up tagging 2 people in a rapid succession for a double tag, which is really good considering there's only 3 spirits. My teammate, I don't know where on the map, but they find the last tag and we get to switch to human mode. I look up at the top and the enemy team is already at 23%, so we really want to hustle to get that gauge up. A chase starts almost immediately here. I use a smoke bomb to good effect. I even lure the enemy into a stage hazard. That purple ring beam, and it stuns them for a second, but then 2 Oni just roll up on me and send me directly to hell. The Oni and human modes are nearly identical, other than the fact that the Oni have a tag or an attack and a superpower or special ability. Back into Oni mode, and we're after the arrow again. I'm able to outrun them pretty easily here and get the tag, and we swap back to human form really quickly. The enemy Miyomi uses her special ability, forcing me into this jump state, so I can't jump, I can't slide, and I can't use generators or items or anything. Then the Pine player drops bombs on the generators and I'm basically done for. Back to Oni mode, and the percentages right now are not looking good. Miyomi here makes a mistake during our chase and gets hit with a stage hazard. I get the easy kill here, which is really nice. I was starting to look at how far behind we are in percentages on our charge gauge, and I decided, well, I really gotta push the generators this time. A chase starts, I use the floor panels to make some decent moves here, and then I even use the shutter properly to stun the Oni coming after me, but I know I'm done for, so I just drop a smoke bomb, activate the high power gen for a split second before just getting blasted. I was able to respawn and then get a long charge onto one of the normal generators, which was great, putting us firmly in the lead here. So now we want to wrap up the next Oni mode really quickly and charge up the final 7% and then escape hopefully on our next turn. Again, the stage hazards get us the kills we need to switch, and now we're in the final stages of the game. I spawn near a gen here and I get to work. I push us to 100% charge and start to make my way towards the exit, making sure to hit item capsules on the way. I end up getting the feather, which is going to give me a really high jump, which is great to avoid the enemy players. I make my way to the exit. I use it at a really good time to do a big jump over the enemy players and just dunk on them and seal the win for us. I was also able to pull MVP for us, which is pretty cool. I got a lot of points and I leveled up this game. thanks so much for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed this small introduction to CCJ. This was a lot of fun to make. Getting back on the horse after a unintentional 2-year hiatus felt really great, and I'm excited to make more. At the moment, I have about 3 more projects of different arcade games planned, and I also intend to upload introductions and gameplay of hopefully all the CCJ characters. Probably more Bomber Girl in the future, but please tell me what you would like to see in the comments. A like and a subscription would be really nice too, but thanks a lot, fellas. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time.